That's fine. Okay, your next act, super hilarious. You guys are gonna love him. Please welcome Val, everybody. Val.
What's happening? How you guys feeling? I was getting too aroused at myself. It had to stop. How you guys doing? How you guys feeling? You good? Well, before I start, I just want to warn the guys something that kind of scared me. I saw a guy come out of the men's washroom covered in debris. What the fuck happened? He had white drywall and flakes of black, like grenade shrapnel on his fucking body. And he looked traumatized coming out. He was like he fucking saw some shit. I don't want to go in there. I've been holding my pee all night. My dick is like a cartoon elephant that took in a lot of water, and his trunk is like, wow, and it's just, all the pee is hanging out in there. I'm worried what the fuck is going on in there. Like, that guy dropped down on a guy, like, that level in Facility, 007 GoldenEye, or like a guy's just taking an M64 dump. Fucking drops through the drywall. It's his first kill, so he's traumatized. He's fucking, I don't want to be a spy anymore. I don't. Be cool, 002. Enjoy the show. I don't want to be here anymore. It's cool, 002, to be British. I fucking wish I was British. Look, this summer, I'm excited for this summer. I just hope it lives up to the last one. I had the best summer of my life. It was so eventful. Some fucking awesome shit happened. Guys, I know there's a lot of hate on for cops right now, and that's why last summer was sick. I almost saw a bike cop get nailed by a truck. It was the coolest thing. It all happened in the blink of an eye. He went flying through a crowded intersection, and the truck, like, screeched to a halt, almost T-boned him, lowercase t because he's on a bike. It's kind of sad. Stops, and all that happened in the blink of an eye. It took a long time for me to register, but when I sat down and thought about it later, I was like, I respect this cop's zeal, his zest for justice. You're fucking kidding me? This guy is Batman on a Hoffy? What the fuck is the slang for a bike? You can't even make bikes cool. But I bet that cop is the coolest guy. He's the hot-headed cop that gets in trouble all the time. Like, I guarantee that day he got called into the office by the chief. The chief is like, Jesus Christ, Malloy, get the fuck in here! And he comes in, he's like, what do you need, chief? He's like, the DA is up my ass for the shit you've been pulling. Malloy, we can't have that shit. You broke a kid's fingers off with your spouts. He's like, he was busking without a license, chief, that's what I do. Bike copping is in my blood. My grandpappy was a bike cop back in the old days when they used to ride the bikes with a giant wheel in the front and a little one in the back. That's how far back it goes. Chief's like, nah, I can't have this shit anymore, Malloy. You're getting me in so much trouble. Give me your badge and your short shorts. He's like, no. Chief, you stop right there. You want to take my shorts? That ain't right. My shorts the only thing I got left. You want to know something, Chief? You think because you're the only one left at the top that you're always right? They always stop to think that maybe you lost touch with people like me? The last one's left on the streets fighting for what's right? Nah, Chief, all he knows is writing letters and stopping by the break room to see if there's any coffee left in the pot. So you want to kick me out of here? You want to ask me to leave? I left this bureaucracy a long time ago. And he gets on his bike and rides away to the sunset. I don't need this shit. We're going rogue. So I go by Val. That's my stage name. My full name is Algisvitas Antanas Volilis, which is, it sounds like a shitty Harry Potter spell. Like the kind that wears off after 2 hours. It doesn't. It just inconveniences people. Like you cast it, and the mucus comes out of a guy's nipples, and like, whoa, that's odd. I shortened it to Val because I wanted it to be more memorable. You know what I mean? But I realize it's totally pointless because I look like every Chad you've ever met in your entire life. I come from a pretty prestigious family. My dad is a surgeon. He was chief of surgery in Oshawa for so long. Like I got like, and I tell dick jokes on stage. That's my thing. So like I got my nickname Al Val. He's got a cooler nickname than mine. He's a bum doctor. He's a proctologist. But even then, and they respect him so much at work. They call him Ghost Finger. You don't even know he's in there. Isn't that sick? He does a lot of pro bono work too, which I always thought was weird. He just fucking ghosts up to people. Your prostate's enlarged. Better eat more grapes. Is that a thing? Eating grapes? Is that good for your prostate? They're about the same size. My dad's always been, like I said, I'm Lithuanian, and like not a lot of people, nobody knows where Lithuania is, nobody knows our culture. I imagine, and this is exactly how I grew up too, so you're totally right, the stereotype of Lithuanians is we got this like Sound of Music type thing. That's exactly how I was raised, where every night before I went to sleep, me and my 4 brothers and sisters would each stand on the next step up, and hold our hands like this and sing our dad a lovely song. And be like, "You're dismissed, go to bed. Sing give us a song." I'm going to do, I don't know, I'm going to go probe butts in the basement, children. Whatever you do, do not come down. I kind of wish, like, my dad wasn't very disciplined growing up. He could have been a hard ass. I'm too much of a softie. Like, I shy away from conflict and stuff. I think he could have forced a little bit more assertiveness in me, a little bit more ambition too. I'm lazy. I kind of wish my dad was Japanese. Like if you've ever seen, I grew up with kids with Japanese parents, and Japanese parents will scare the shit out of the kids and make them act right. Like I saw one of my friend's dads got really mad, and he hardly moved. He stood in place, but he shook like a fucking tuning fork, and that just made the whole thing that much worse. He shook like a wacky inflatable arm guy, but they turned up the wind way too hard, so he couldn't have any like breathing room. It was just like, it's like, you'll not get a press, you prepare the foot of oh, he's gonna explode. He's a volcano. Tougher than a consider. It's fucking insane. I am very Canadian, even though, like I say, I'm Lithuanian. I did the most polite, the most Canadian thing in the world the other day. I called up a friend of mine to thank him for forgetting, or I called him to apologize for forgetting to thank him for something earlier. I think there's nothing more Canadian. I called him up, I was like, "Hey man, listen, I'm really sorry. I totally forgot to thank you for letting me that game." And he out Canadian me, he was like, "Oh, bro, you know what? I really appreciate the thanks, but I'm so sorry to hear you're that sorry, though." Keeping the cake. Fucking dick. I love doing accents and shit. My act is full of wacky characters. I think I find them so interesting. I would love, when I fantasize about my mansion that I'm gonna have when I grow up. I still say that shit. I'm 26. I don't think it'll ever happen. But I imagine in my mansion, I love German accents. That's my favorite. And I would love. Was that a German person? Yeah. Did somebody just woo? That was a very Canadian woo. Like, if it were German, it would be like, "Das Fool." There would be a B in there. Fool! And he'd be behind me with like a wire, just about to strangle me from behind. But like, I I think James Bond ruined Germans for German people because like all the bad guys are German. It makes them so suspicious right at the gate. And I would love to have a German butler for that reason, so that every time I walk into any room in my house, he's gonna be sitting there facing away and go, "Well, well, well. If it isn't all well, I've made you a couple eggs, Alval, but I poisoned one of the dozen. Take your chances." And he can't say dozen. I forgot to add that in there. He says dozen. I'm not a really, like I said, I'm not a violent guy. I have fight fantasies. I think every guy imagines how they would handle themselves in a fight. And mine are raised, like I have such a cartoonish mind. I was raised on Power Rangers and Ninja Turtles that I always go to the extreme. And it ruined a relationship for me actually, because the girl would always do the thing where like we were about to have sex, and then she would go, "What do you want to do to me?" And I don't know what this is. Like this is, she wasn't a magician. She was like, it wasn't Disney on Ice. Like, but every time she presented me with that option, my mind would go in 100 different directions. I had no filter to cut it off. I'd be like, I want to throw pogs at your nipples. Can you do that? I want you to drink perfume and fart it in my face. Does it smell the same? Does it taste good? I want to do meat spin with my penis like a helicopter and propel myself up into the air and come down on your vagina and just like that on your clitoris, like one of those fans from the summertime. That really cool. I wonder how many girls have actually tried that. You're gonna totally try that this summer. What about you? Especially when they have the spritz. You're like, yeah, I'm wet already. Set it up. That's stupid. I'm sorry. You look wholesome. You look like a kindergarten teacher. You look like you're like, Monday night, I'm gonna enjoy myself. Kids. Anyways, so I always, back to the fight fantasy, I imagine how my first fight would go. I've never been in a fight my entire life. I'm scared shitless every time conflict comes up, but I still fantasize about how that first fight is gonna go, and it's rooted in no reality whatsoever. So the guy, like we're jawing off, the guy throws the first punch, and I move my head out of the way like a Backstreet Boy. I do the whole like this. And then I see a whole bunch of lingerie models here, and I wink at them very coyly, and all their clothes fall off, and they're wearing lingerie underneath because they take their jobs really seriously. But then they start screaming because the guy comes at me with a knife, but I catch it between my hands like this, like a Japanimation character. I'm like, time to take out the trash. And everybody kind of talks to themselves. They're like, what does that even mean? Why is he saying that? And then I uppercut her Street Fighter style, or him, not her. They're fine. They're safe distance. So I uppercut him Street Fighter style, very much like I uppercutted my parents earlier that day. That's a callback to Mouse Again's joke when he uppercutted his parents. Anyways, I uppercut him. He goes flying into the dumpster. The top closes behind him. Everybody cheers and screams, and the girls come over and start making out around my peen area. Obama's there. Obama comes over and he's like, "You're president now." I'm like, "No time, Obamski." And I grip up to my pipe and take off to "Here I Go Again on My Own." That's how my fight fantasy would go. Thanks a lot, guys. My name is Val.